Good evening, internet viewers. My name is Jamison.
And I am Chris.
And welcome to Geeks and Tea,
where we spill the tea about geeky stuff.
Today we are going to be discussing our thoughts and opinions on the new NBC show Emerald City.
Right. It's fantastic. If you love, Wizard of Oz, and if you love any kind of medieval, sci-fi, Game of Thrones kind of thing, this is definitely in your wheelhouse.
So grab some tea with us as we discuss Emerald City. Alright, so the first thing that I noticed about this, and when I first saw the previews launch, I was super excited, kind of squeed a bit.
I was very excited.
Very much squeed.
I think I automatically messaged you
anytime my friends see anything Oz, they always message me, which is kind of annoying but really funny at the same time. But I like that they're not just completely rehashing it. It has nods to the original.
Right, it definitely does.
And also nods to the L. Frank Baum books.
Right, absolutely.
It's compared to just, as I said, rehashing the original movie that we all know and love, or also not destroying it.
Right.
The big thing that I noticed, and I thought this was hilarious, was in one of the opening scenes where they're in the kitchen with Aunt Em, the rainbow over the stained glass rainbow on the window, right, and the scarecrow in the background.
Right. Honestly, I'm really enjoying it even from the set where it's being filmed, which is absolutely breathtaking and beautiful, to Vince D'Onofrio, that honestly looks like he could have been Orson Welles. I mean, the Sleepy Detective is very much looking like something he should be from, Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Rosebud.
I don't know that they're going to go that direction. One thing I did really like was, instead of picking up a house, they picked up the car.
Right, I did enjoy that as well.
Which made a little bit more sense. I mean, I like the original with the house, but the direction that they took it, I'm glad they didn't, because it wouldn't have made sense.
That's the nice 21st century spin that they put on it.
And the Yellow Brick Road is really, really interesting because it's not really yellow bricks.
I mean, bricks per se, but with...
It's covered in poppy pollen, so when you're walking down it, you're kind of hallucinating, which is a lot of fun.
Honestly, thinking about that could be the cause of a lot of things in this.
It could. It really could. And let's talk about the witches. I loved the Witch of the East.
The witches are awesome.
They're spinning off, not really... They're making them a little bit more benevolent. The Witch of the East or Mistress East is what they called her.
Right.
Was merciful and stern.
Right.
The
Witch of the West is truth and something else I
didn't really catch that. Right. But she's a madam, and she's also an opium addict.
She's an opium addict and a madam of a whorehouse,
which we love.
I was like, oh yes, this is fantastic already.
And then Glinda
is the saltiest one out of all of them. She is a salty bitch.
She is a salty bitch, which I obviously love. But they're twisting her that she's not this, come out, wherever you... Oh, dear God, I'm not going to sing.
She was like, you look...
terrible.
You look terrible.
Your makeup is terrible.
Well, that also that she looked like a combination of Lady Gaga and
Queen Amidala.
I was like, applause.
Yeah, the first thing I thought, okay, when did Star Wars come into this?
I was thinking the same thing. She's gonna have a meat costume next episode.
We can only hope. Another thing, Dorothy's personality, she doesn't want to take responsibility, which is very reflective of our generation.
She really doesn't. Even when naming the Scarecrow, when he asked her, well, what name would you pick for me? She's very hesitant to give him anything.
Which I also like because, he didn't have a brain in the show.
And now he has amnesia in this.
Yeah, so he's still kind of... And even makes a reference to, so the wizard can fix my head type thing, which was great.
Honestly, I don't think the wizard can really fix anything in this, but that's just my opinion.
Well, The interesting thing about the wizard, since we kind of talked a little bit about the witches, is he's not
magical.
well. It's more of a mantle versus like the great and powerful Oz. So from the sounds of it, and Mistress or what was it? Madam East or Madam West?
Yeah, Madam West.
Mistress East and Madam West.
Right.
Trying to keep those straight is just kind of nauseating. But made the comment about you were just a child when the first, or when the last, what did they call it? Great evil or something?
Yeah, so it's the great...
It's very...
It's kind of... This first episode, even though it was 2 hours, was kind of vague on a lot of things.
Well, which is nice, but I also think that it's nice that they didn't really... they didn't make it a slow burn. They dove right in, and they were going, hey, this is how we're going to keep your attention, but yet we're still going to be vague.
Right.
The shots with the Witch of the East are just stunning.
Oh, yeah.
The bright red flowing cloaks.
Right. On the backdrop of the kind of tan, brownish, backdrop was awesome.
And just a stunning actress in general. What did we say? You said she was going to be
she's going to be in the new Wonder Woman movie. She plays some kind of congresswoman.
I thought she was the one that was in Captain America Civil War.
She is also in Captain America Civil War.
Oh, so she's doing both.
She was in both.
Ooh, someone who will do both DC and Marvel.
So
I like.
Well, that makes a lot of things. And I mean, hey, work is work, right?
Work is work.
Got to pay those bills.
And then one of the big things is all magic is outlawed. And the interesting thing about this episode I really liked is it kind of plays off of the media using scare tactics to keep people in control, and that's pretty much what the wizard did.
Oh yeah, he's very much using. He's scaring his people into compliance, basically.
Because they still loved the witches, but yet
scared of magic.
He makes them all scared of magic. I do have to say this does have a very strong Final Fantasy X feel to it.
I was going to say that as well. It's got a very Final Fantasy X feel to it.
And the reason why I say that is because you have this great evil, and then you have the Guardians.
I think they called it the Beast of Forever, I think. Was it called?
Something like that.
Something of that, yeah.
And magic, or one of the greatest powers, is outlawed, except when
somebody dies.
Well, no, except when it serves the ruler, who's the wizard. So very much Final Fantasy X feel, which is one of my favorite Final Fantasies, so I love that.
Yeah.
Also, it has a lot of religious elements. You have the nuns, or the nun-esque.
Who also look like the cat nuns from Doctor Who.
Gotta love the cat nuns. Also, they're supposed to be chaste. And you have that polar opposite with Glinda being viewed as this great, pure being, but also seems really fake at the same time, because she's
like a fake ass bitch.
She's conniving, and she's working something behind the scenes, which they tease in this episode, but they don't really say what.
Yeah, they don't say what, but they give you just a little hint, a little sprinkle of something kind of underhanded that's going on.
You also see a kind of the beginning of a rebellion or a revolution on the horizon, which they tease in the trailer, but you definitely see this with the Hedge Witch, who's actually Harry Potter's aunt.
Which is so funny for me, because she's keeping another kid in a closet. Like, what the hell is with this actress keeping kids in closets? I don't understand.
Nobody should be in a closet.
Nobody should be in a closet. Which, I mean, honestly, that character is technically, there's a whole different thing that we're not going to do.
We're going to try not to do too many spoilers, because this is a show you really should see.
Right.
But all in all, the costumes are amazing.
The sets are great.
The effects are excellent. It really plays off of the nostalgia of The Wizard of Oz, but brings in that, as you mentioned, the Game of Thrones cutthroat.
Oh, it's very like it's going to be somebody's wedding, and they're going to get cut to pieces.
Let's hope they play the same song.
Who knows? That would be wonderful. I mean, I'm just waiting for somebody's head to be on a spike.
Has it happened? Well, we did have someone crucified.
We had somebody crucified already, so this is
we're getting close.
We're getting close, and I mean, the City of Oz. Honestly, if you from the pan out with the giant statues,
the City of Emeralds.
City of Emeralds, it looks so much like King's Landing. It's not even funny.
Yeah. So for me, I give it a 5 out of 5. Just absolutely wonderful. Cannot wait to see what happens next.
I am definitely giving it a 5 out of 5. I am excited to see what this brings for the season.
Definitely. So if you liked this content, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more of our gorgeous faces. Until next Wednesday, I'm Jamison.
I'm Chris.
Cheers.